All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to a live discussion hangout. We do these a couple times a month. You guys tend to like these a little bit because it's just me kind of shooting the shit with the chat. Yeah, we're here. We're doing this. Dwayne Johnson, what's up, man? King Shadow, what's up? Kenny Smith, KMMA, Seabash, what's up? Lucius, fellow member, what's going on? KMMA with the 199 super chat. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate that. First one of the stream. Matt Clyburn, another member. What's up, man? Just picked up the kid from school, just chilling, waiting for the stream to start and chat with the homies. That's good, man. Thanks for being here. Thunders is also here, another fellow member and supporter, and he's already gifting to Mental Elf Ambassador. So thank you, Thunders. And Mental Elf Ambassador is now a member, courtesy of Thunders Productions. We're going to actually be incorporating a little bit more of incentives for you members. I am going to be bringing back the member-only show, Patreon and member-only show. So stay tuned for that. We're going to give away some codes for you supporters, some Resident Evil codes. You don't want to miss that. Aaron Hooper, what's going on, man? Hope you're well. Yes, Thunders is he's the man with the plan. Quentin Bauer, what's up? Another member, very helpful to the channel, great supporter, help with the art for a lot of the channel stuff, and all the Master Series stuff, the logos, the intros, all been done by him. The updated chainsaw logo above me has been done by him, so thank you, Quentin. Leaving work soon, but hanging out until then. All right, Seabash, no worries. How did those alligator tours go in Louisiana? Oh, he did the tours. He did the full tour. Nico, what's going on? Another member here. Glad to see you're still among the living. Yes. Very well, very busy. All good, man. Dwayne Johnson says, Anthony the Batman was so awesome, amazing, and cool. It was like watching it for the first time. It will never get old. And that sneak peek of the new series, The Penguin, after the movie was awesome. That sounds great, man. I always like going back and watching other, like, new releases of older films because, A, the transfer is usually, 4K or updated. And, whether it's sound or, I always enjoy going to that. I don't think they were putting that out around me as far as in any theaters, but that's really cool that you enjoyed that experience because you're a big movie buff. So, Angie, what's going on? So we got all the members in here. Really appreciate that, guys. Thanks for coming in. We're going to be just hanging out for a few hours here, just talking. Some topics to talk about. Not so much RE stuff is going on nowadays, but, I'll talk about that as well. Back from the Dead, what's going on, man? Yeah, there's not a lot of Resident Evil news hitting the streets, at least for now. But yeah, there's a lot of talks and rumblings per se, and official stuff. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't remember where, but I read the Dunker's remake isn't nowhere near as a real project for the next few years. I'm so sad. Yeah, I mean, nothing's been officially confirmed, so that's why I don't like to get my hopes up, with stuff, because you never know what's going on, Caesar, what's going on, man? Another member in the house. I was watching a past stream you did recently, and you avoided saying the word "s." I can't say it. Can you not say that on YouTube? Just curious. No, you can't say that term, the S word, as we'll say, Suicide. No, you cannot say that word. So I have to say self delete or like something else because yeah, YouTube is starting to crack down on stuff like that. They don't really censor me as far as like saying, you can't say curse words in the first like 10 seconds of the video, which I never do anyway. They don't really censor. I know some YouTubers have to censor how many times they say, fuck, and stuff like that. And I'm sure if I said that every X amount of, minutes, they would probably ban the stream from getting monetized or ban the video. But yeah, I can't say that word anymore apparently. So, yeah, it's kind of dumb. I mean, I probably could, and then maybe something wouldn't happen. But then again, with my luck, it would be like, oh, I say it, and then even if I'm reading a file from a game and it says that, it's stupid because it's like I'm reading a file. I'm not just saying it, to be a dick or whatever. I had to do the same thing with Silent Hill, the short message or whatever it was called, because that game was all about, that. And, it was dealing with heavier subjects. And if I say any of that, I feel like I'm going to get like completely derailed off this platform. When other people are just, they can say whatever, they can get naked on Twitch, they can do dumb shit. And I'm sitting over here trying to gain audience members and gain, more of a following on top of what I already have. So yeah, we'll talk about the pro. What's up, Perry? Another member in the house. Yeah, can't say that on YouTube, so it is what it is. There's a lot of reasons why a lot of people have been upset about that. But yes, excited for Black Ops 6 after the COD next yesterday. First Descendant Season 1 dropped today and worked the next 2 days, then off. Then the 3 days off. That's nice, man. Yeah, Call of Duty's looking great. I may or may not play the beta. I'm not sure. I'll do it at some point. I'm not jumping on probably the earliest access, but imagine if Capcom released an RE Survivor first. They would have been finished and maybe our franchise. Oh, you mean like that was the first game? Well, yeah. I mean, it's not the greatest game. I mean, I don't hate it, but that's not a good like first game. But yes, Perry's right. So the PS5 Pro is going to be getting announced really soon. And we just got reports. Perry posted this in the Discord, and I was letting people know that apparently it's going to be announced September 9th, and the prices are as it stands. So we're looking at $499 for... wrong price. $599 for the digital edition, and then $699 with the disc drive. Both are 1 terabyte models, and it's hitting December 6th. Going to be announced on September 9th, apparently. And the disc drive can be removed and attached to both digital and disc drives, so you can get the disc drive later if you decide to. That's very expensive. Like, we call them PlayStation for a reason. Xbox is doing complete shit right now, they completely let us down this generation. PlayStation 5 also didn't really impress me this gen. I think PC is the way to go, and I don't want to sound like a, I don't know, just like PC, man, but like that's really what it is. Like, I don't really have any care what people think. I'm going to be building this next PC in September, so you guys will be seeing that live stream as well. That will be going into these next X amount of years, a decade plus, hopefully. So I'm on PC no matter what, but I also still like home consoles at the same time, right? I always liked both, but this is really expensive. There's ways to make it cheaper. GameStop is probably your best friend when it comes to still giving you they're giving a decent amount away for some, consoles right now if you have extra consoles. So yeah, a lot of people are going to stick with their PC. But like someone like my dad, I told him about this and he wants it now. So, we have an Xbox we can probably trade in that might help him a little bit. Maybe his old PS5, but he doesn't want to be without his PS5 until he's ready to like make the move. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, so that's been the rumblings recently is a PS5 Pro, 385 credit for Series X and PS5 disc trade-ins. 385. I mean, that's a good amount towards it. Absolutely. My fear is not being able to get one through GameStop. It's like if we do the trades, what's stopping GameStop from having a shitty pre-order cycle? I mean, their website's already a piece of shit, So let me catch up on some comments here. We'll continue this discussion. Dwayne says, yeah, it was Dolby and the seats were recliners, so it was relaxing. Oh, that's a shame. It would have been good to show it in your area. It was announced for other states for one night only. Oh, okay. Maybe they did, Dwayne. I just didn't check the right AMCs because I usually go to like Cinemarks and stuff. But yeah. So we have to water down how we talk about mental health awareness. I don't know, Back from the Dead. Honestly, it's really dumb because I mark my videos not for kids. I mark it that it's mature content. And the fact that I can't say that S word, it's like, what are we doing? Like, you know what I mean? Alyssa Boyd, what's going on? Good to see you in here. Matt Clyburn says, yo, Perry is in the fucking house. Now shit's about to get real. Piggles is streaming later again tonight. Yes, that's great to hear. She's going to be streaming. Let's see. Stop playing Call of Duty because of the cheating problem and the fact that developers are supporting the cheaters. Yeah, I know that cheating has been a big issue. My brother has talked about that. What does the Pro offer compared to the original? I'm assuming just better frame rate, actual solid 60 frames per second, where, the PS5 does get 60 frames, but it has to drop the resolution. Dolby been seeing some AI video clips, says Dwayne, for RE movies on YouTube. Yeah, you're gonna see a lot of those. But yeah, the Pro is promising. They haven't said anything like from an actual company standpoint, but apparently better frame rate. The graphics obviously, come along with that if we're able to get higher resolution. Developers are not supporting cheaters in Call of Duty. They're banned several. Developers are not supporting cheaters in Call of Duty. They banned several hundred accounts back in June, says Perry. Yeah, I mean, I know they've definitely done that. Now, have they done the best job at stopping cheaters? I don't think so. At least on the competitive side, like Nick was saying, that's still a common thing, unfortunately. There's always going to be cheaters in Call of Duty, which is a shame, but does it really affect when I play? I mean, I've run into them in the past, but it's never ruined my experience. But I would hope that they would just keep trying to improve it as they continue. SIB Studios, what's going on, man? Just take the PS5 that morning and get the Pro, and he won't notice. No, basically not. As long as I back up his stuff and I let him know what I'm doing. Scalpers will strike again. That's my fear. Same thing with the Nintendo thing. That's my fear. The currency is different from dollars, so it'll be a little bit cheaper in sterling. Nick Noguera, what's up, man? One of the longest running members. What's up, brother? Good to see you in here. Pointless trading game consoles in the UK. Games and CX are ripping people off left and right and center. Yeah, Lucius, and you know what's funny? GameStop usually does that over here in the States, but right now, for whatever reason, they're actually giving away more for a lot of these consoles, at least right now. Now that I said something, they'll change it. Any word when Silent Hill 2 will get ported to Xbox? Probably never, Robert, unfortunately. Probably never, so don't hold your breath. What change or improvements would you like to see in Silent Hill 2 Remake? I think, honestly, I've seen every improvement I would have liked to see. As far as, like, the mechanics, the gameplay, being in a not in a fixed camera angle, being over the shoulder. It seems like they're making the better changes that I would like to see. Maybe when I play it, I'll be like, oh, they fixed this. This is good. But everything that I reacted to and made a video on, that's how I feel. Suspect 13, another member. What's up? Oh, okay. Anthony, yeah, it was the Batman X page in AMC who announced it. Oh, okay. Brandon says, I tried to play COD last night. I reminded myself why I hung up the coat last year. Yeah, I mean, I'm still going to play... I'm still going to play Black Ops. I think I'm going to play... I mean, for how long... Call of Duty usually holds my interest for a few months, and then that's it. So, the way I see it, you know, I game share. So if my dad gets something, I can play it, you know, vice versa. So, no harm, no foul, at least for me, or if I pay half for it. Let's see here. Modern Warfare 3 was a nightmare when it dropped on Game Pass. It was glitching like a motherfucker. Yeah, hopefully with the newest Call of Duty, they could just try to their best to not make it as, you know, obvious, you know. Oh, Game itself. Okay, Game is a game store in the UK, from what I understand. Everyone's going to CEX, bye-bye Game. Well, yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where you're going to have to, you know, shop smart if you want to get these pro consoles. The Xbox is, in my opinion, just, it's dead, you know? And I'm a huge Xbox fan, huge PlayStation fan, huge gamer. You know, I play everything. I play Nintendo, I play Sony, I play Microsoft, Xbox, whatever you want to call it. Play on PC. But yeah, it's just we're getting smacked around this gen, and I think this mid-gen refresh for Sony is pretty ballsy. I mean, and you know what it is? They're going to get that money. They're going to get that 700. It's going to be 750 after tax over here in the States. That's fucking mental. But that's what it's going to be. Will I get it? It will be after my PC build, so I'll have to think about it if I'm going to get it. I mean, I just saw the price. Perry just showed us the price before we went live here on this stream. And of course, all this stuff comes out the day after we record the show. And that's how it always fucking happens, because for some reason, Thursdays always like either press releases or things get leaked or whatever. But yeah, people do be cheating on GTA 5 online, says Alyssa. Yeah, no, that Rockstar has had a cheating problem for a long time. And I know this, and we've seen it, and Brandon's seen it firsthand. So yeah, they got to get on that too. Look, I don't think any company is, you know, not guilty of having bad engines that enable people to cheat. It's a matter of how they clean it up and how they fix it is the real thing. Do you think we ever will get RE Trilogy on consoles? Maybe one day, Mads, but I don't think they're doing it anytime soon. You know? So, if we move the show to Thursday, news will hit Friday. Exactly. That's how it works in our neck of the woods, right? I'm more interested in zombies than playing with my friends than Black Ops 6. Yeah, I think a lot of people are either in pockets of, like, they like the campaign, they like zombies, they like multiplayer, one or the other. Some play all three, some just play one with their friends. So, and Nick Noguera gifting a membership to Back, right, as I read his comment. So Back from the Dead is a member courtesy of Nick Noguera. Thank you. Thunder's out here gifted another membership to Dwayne Johnson. Shout out to Dwayne. Back in the membership seat. I'm sure the Zombies mode on Black Ops 6 will be fun. I haven't played Zombies in a while, so I'll have to check it out. Kular, what's up, man? Another member. I got 30 minutes to hang with y'all on my work break. Yeah, there you go, man. Beauty Tangu says, hello, sexy people. What's going on? Matt says, did you watch Romulus yet? I heard the new Alien game is in development. I'm super stoked for that because I loved Isolation. I haven't seen Romulus yet. just haven't had the chance to go to the theater, to be honest with you. However, I was thinking about, yeah, The Rock is a member. Yeah. I was thinking of, like, if I want to check it out because I'm curious. I know I've heard mixed things. I've heard good things. I've heard mixed things. Regardless of that, I might check it out on a $5 day so I don't feel the hit too much. You know what I mean? If it's not good. If it's good, then I only spent $5, Yeah, game don't accept trade-ins anymore or anything. Oh, that's rubbish, as you guys would say in the UK. What are the odds RE9 or remake Capcom reveal at Tokyo Game Show? I don't think we're going to get anything at Tokyo Game Show, to be honest. They have never really done a crazy release to Tokyo Game Show. Like they never actually like broke any RE stuff specifically at a Tokyo Game Show in recent years. I'm not going to say forever, but in recent years they haven't. So why would they do it now? I know we're chomping at the bit for news, but Sib Studio says Alien Romulus was dope. Brandon gifted a membership to Beckaboo5582. That's a name that flows. Thank you, Brandon, for gifting a membership. Giving back to the community. Resident Evil 10 was just announced. Check IGN. Yeah, it was announced last year. Quentin says Romulus was hella good. Definitely in my top films of the year. Okay. Yeah, I either see people that really like it or it's just mixed. And then I hear a lot of people that don't like it until the end. Or just don't like it at all. I played Isolation for the first time. I didn't like it. The stealth for me was weird. Alien Isolation, it's a patience tester. It's a very challenging game, very challenging survival game. It's what I want to go to the cinema to watch. You could feel the effort behind it, says Quentin. Okay. I ended up seeing the Borderlands movie. Shit, how was that? Heard bad about that. Thunder says, salute, Indica. Oh my god, Barry is back. Barry coming back after Rev 2. That would be so killer. Yeah, where's Windows 9? It never came out. Rambo, what's up, man? In the house. What's going on, man? If you want to see a movie that just rips off the older films every 5 minutes, scene and lines, and the dumbest third act in a while, then sure, watch Romulus, and has no story or characters. Yeah, Rambo wasn't a big fan of Romulus. The Dead Pit community weren't very fond of it. I don't know. I will say I am curious, if I spend $5 on it, or let's say $10 for me and Callie, I'm curious though, because it's like I am an Alien fan, and I keep hearing like all these things about it, and it's like, I don't know. I could just wait till it comes on streaming and then just download it for free, to be honest with you. I don't really need to see it in the theater, so that's another thing. Lucius liked that I said that's rubbish. RWK, what's up, man? Another member in here. Resident Evil 10, where's 9? Exactly. It's in the void like Windows 9. Or Windows 9. Where is it? Where'd it go? Getting the Pro or staying with upgrading PC? All right, so Mountain Arts, as you know, I've been getting the PC parts and stuff like that. I'm not going to stop my PC build because of the Pro. That's not happening. The Pro would just be something else, you know what I mean? That if I wanted to get, I would trade in consoles to get it. So I would spend as little as possible, if that makes sense. So PC build, that's priority. PS5 Pro, we'll just fucking see what happens. Nick Noguera has been a member for 35 months. Thank you, man. Thunder's Productions for 21 months. These are big-time supporters right here. Brandon says Resident Evil, the final chapter was announced. Alice got to dust off the cobwebs. Yeah. After Paul Anderson put her in a vault for years. You can only come out when you do my movies. I stopped after Prometheus. Yeah, like I saw Prometheus. It was just okay. And then I saw Covenant. I completely forget that movie. Like I saw it and remember very little of it. And then Like I remember liking it better than Prometheus, but not by much. And then yeah, Alice will never die, forever and immortal. Alice Forever. Actually working on a video talking about why Capcom should remake Survivor. Game deserves it, says Rob. I mean, it's not a horrible story. I just think the execution could be done better today. Yeah. The emojis of you are hilarious. Yes, and you can only get them if you are a member. So Lucius has been a member for 13 months. Over a year. Appreciate that. It's been mixed reviews, etc., says Dwayne. Perry, the PlayStation Pro's ugly. Yeah, it's $700. Yeah, there's a Pro version now. They're going to announce it next week, right? So, same. I'm waiting to just stream Alien, but I've heard almost only good things overall. Yeah, I've heard just back and forth. I guess it depends on who you watch and listen to, but barely play my PS5, just a few games, and my old PS4 games. Yeah. I mean, I think it's safe to say that this generation, both consoles have been a huge letdown, you know? I'm not like a fanboy of either one. I like both. I'm a big fan of both brands as far as like, you know, the legacy and what they've offered and what the memories that they brought me and my friends and, you know, just amazing games that we've gotten in the past. But this past, you know, X amount of years have just been so just boring. And it's so few and far between of like actual solid, authentic games coming out. And it's 4 years this November that these consoles have been out. Dude is saying the third best Alien film. It was good for the casual like me, says Mountain Arts. That's fair. Look, to each their own. We can have different opinions of stuff. I don't even have an opinion on it yet. But if there's people in the chat that like it or don't like it, it's all good. PlayStation 6 is coming in 2029. I mean, to be honest, that sounds about right. Like, to be honest with you, they're going to let this Pro last probably the next couple of years, and the PS6 might even come out before that, you know, which it probably will. You know, you know what's better than Romulus? Our Halloween short. Go peep that. Well, you know, I don't want to pat ourselves on the back, but I did really enjoy what we made. Our Halloween short is yeah, it's been going up in views every year, which is nice. You know, we did a Halloween fan film. It turns 2 years old in September, I'm pretty sure, which is wild. They even stole the "Get away from her, you bitch" line. Romulus is such a lazy movie. Like, damn. Yeah, that I don't understand. You know, I really don't understand like why they just reuse shit like that. Didn't care for Prometheus. I tried to like it. Yeah, it wasn't my thing. RE Survivor for Oculus. Apparently the rumors that video game prices will go up. I don't think so, Rob, but I think they're just going to stay where they are now. I mean, they're already really expensive. I don't care what anybody says. I'm manifesting a RE collaboration for Black Ops 6. I mean, to be honest with you, Call of Duty, they have everyone else in there. Nicki Minaj, Snoop Dogg, Cheech and Chong. Why can't we get Resident Evil in there? A question that comes to me every now and then is, will Capcom stop the Resident Evil franchise? Just imagine the last game in the series. I think it's making money right now, Mads, and they're just printing money with it, so I don't think it's going anywhere. I'm not focused on consoles anymore going forward, as I'm getting a gaming PC and a Steam Deck. That's all you need, Wolf. And I like my Nintendo machines too, because I like Nintendo games. Callie plays a lot of Nintendo, so the next Nintendo machine... I mean, this next gen, all you need is a PC and a Nintendo. The new Switch is coming out next year. Perry just said PS6 is 2026. That's pretty much the plan. I think the next Xbox will probably, or the last Xbox, I should say, will probably come out in 26 as well. So they want to hold you over for a couple more years or so. Obviously, they don't have the actual dates yet, but this is just kind of what that's been around the street. Brandon says, I'm a troll. I'm never serious. Well, you don't have to tell me that. Matthew Webster, what's up, man? Good to see you in here. Let's see. Sony said PS5 is end of life back in January. They want to get rid of the Jim Ryan era. Yeah, this is going to be their last push. Look, I think Sony, going back to the topic at hand, I think Sony is in a good spot in terms of they're selling the most right now, right? As opposed to, the Switch, obviously, which is already, it's technically last gen still, but you get what I'm saying. As far as this gen, Sony's leading. So they know this news with Xbox as well. They're not dumb. They are dumb sometimes. These consoles really are like the Three Stooges, like we say on the show over there. But it's really just insane. Nick Noguera gifted a membership to Mountain Arts. Welcome back on board. Thank you, Nick Noguera, for that. Will you play Silent Hill Homecoming? It wasn't superb like the old games, but I think it wasn't as bad. Love to see you play. Yeah, maybe one day. I mean, I'm on 3 right now, so maybe if I go down the line and play it. I played a little bit of it, a couple hours. It wasn't bad, but like I know more about the OG Silent Hill, so going into Homecoming, I'd have a different perspective. Did I see Longlegs yet? Not yet, Lucius. I'm gonna probably. I think that's on the sites to download, so I'm probably gonna download it and check it out. Bryant's in the house. He's looking forward to Sonic X Shadows Generations, and Shadow is back. My nephew was a big Sonic fan. Yeah, this new Sonic stuff looks good to me. I'm excited for the new Sonic film. Yeah. Hunk and Cod would be dope. Honestly, Hunk and Cod would be awesome. That's like, there's so many skins that don't make sense, but Hunk in Call of Duty, I feel like that kind of makes sense because he is already kind of geared up like a soldier. What did you think, Dwayne? I guess he was asking him a question. Mountain Arts ain't wasting no time using the Anthony emojis. Next RE game is in 2026 also. Probably. That sounds about right. Either 25 or 26. Hopefully some deep discounts for gaming stuff towards end of the year. Hope so. Right now, though, Angie, you're going to want to trade in your console if you're thinking about it, because I looked up the pricing. It was 2 weeks ago on the Game Complainer show. And while we were live, I just looked it up, just curious, and then we found out the prices of what they were giving, and we were actually surprised with how much they're giving for the consoles right now. Now, with this stuff being announced, it kind of has me scared because now they can immediately move the goalpost and lower the prices that you get now that they know that these announcements are coming. But that's why I might have to make some moves this week. Hit that like button, says Nick. Yeah, 51 people in here and 28 likes. Let's hit the like button if you guys haven't. I mean, it does help me out a lot. So, cream cheese in between the cheeks, says Perry, and toast them. So there you go. Favorite gaming snack: Pringles pizza is my guilty pleasure. I try not to. Unless I'm like live streaming for long periods of time, I try not to like eat a bunch of stuff while I'm playing because then the controller gets all fucked. But if I had to pick one, it would be the barbecue twist Fritos. If you guys know what I'm talking about. That goes back to the Gears 2 days. Gears of War days. Pizza combos. That always reminds me of Rainbow Six Vegas, because I used to go to the video store, rent something, go to Wawa, grab something, and then just fucking eat a bunch of garbage and play Xbox 360. PS6 will have cream cheese dispenser. Yeah, instead of a disk drive, it'll be a cream cheese extractor. I have a cream cheese addiction. Get help now. And I was playing the new Epic Mickey demo on Steam. Great platformer. I had it on Wii before. Yeah, a lot of people were saying, we were talking about that last night on the show. Frank said he checked it out, and yeah, a lot of people are saying good things about it. So I have been through 2 rehabs of cream cheese. I doubt a third will work. Apparently, the price will be $600, not including the disk drive, and $600 backwards compatible. Sorry, and $600 BC apart from the US. PS5 goes The 550 to 600 already. Yeah, according to this, it's the barbecue twist. They are fucking delicious. But yeah, according to this, it's looking like it's going to be $600 without the disk drive. $600 without the disk drive, and then $700 with the disk drive, which is fucking crazy. Never heard of Wawa. Wawa is a staple over here especially in Jersey, but over here on the East Coast. Philly has them. Jersey has them. I think there's a couple in Florida. They're starting to move down south a little bit. Saw Rule of Rose the other day on eBay around $900. Fucking wild. That game is meh at best. Yes, I mean some shit. Even like the crappy games are getting really expensive. Nintendo's dominating this year. They're focusing on games. Sony and Microsoft should take notes from Nintendo advertising and marketing. Nintendo always has their games lined up. I think the biggest setback for Nintendo has been their hardware. It's really outdated at this point, but they are fixing it because the new Switch is coming out in the spring, apparently, so that's another one. Yeah, exactly, Dwayne. I'm the same way. It's like that's why I try not to eat like anything crazy while I'm playing, because then I gotta wipe down the controller and shit. Cream cheese talk. Now I just want some cheesecake. Cheesecake's great. We can always hit up Ludwin. He knows how to find the cheesecake in any given situation. Tried the Wawa personal pizza. I can eat like 5 of them. Yeah, it's not bad. It's like a step above Domino's, but with like not as good crust, because Domino's isn't good anymore, but their crust isn't bad for Domino's. So speaking of Jersey, I saw somebody climbed a fence at a zoo to pet a lion, and this happened in Jersey. You are wild out there. Yeah, there's crazy people in every state. Can't say I've ever had the urge to climb a fence at a zoo in Jersey, but down here in Florida, we have Wawa as well. I have the Wawa app. They have cheap gas and great food. Yeah, no, I have the app as well. Yeah, they kind of moved into Florida and down south, which is funny because the competitor over here, and they actually have a competitor, believe it or not. So if you go to North Jersey, or, some people say Central Jersey doesn't exist, but it does. So fuck you. I've been here my whole life. Don't tell me otherwise. When you go and you realize that there's like, if you go up towards like Asbury Park, shout out to Dave, Acel Fame Gaming, another longest running member in this chat here. There's Quick Check on one side, and then there's Wawa on the other. Like it's, kind of clashing, and then over here it's Royal Farms and Wawa, but Royal Farms is not that good. And Royal Farms started to move up here because Wawa they promised them that they wouldn't go south, and then Wawa was like, fuck you, we have a bunch of money, we're going south. And so Royal Farms saw that, got mad, and now they're invading over here. But there's so much Wawa over here that you can't really escape, as far as like they are dominant over there. Controller, or you would have to bring their own controller. Oh yeah, if they're eating during that, yeah. They weren't that great. They just didn't fill me up. Yeah, I mean, look, I've had worse pizza, Domino's pan pizza is the only way to go if you get Domino's. I didn't know if I've gotten the pan pizza before. Domino's near me is pretty great still. Yeah, at least the ones by me are shitty. They fuck up the orders all the time. And yeah, we do have Papa John's in the U.S., but I try to stay away from most pizza chains nowadays. I mean, I like Pizza Hut. That's probably my favorite one. But I would say, I'm in Jersey. I got authentic pizzerias, and I think I'm grateful because there's areas of the world that just have chains. So, will you be picking up any GameStop exclusive Silent Hill 2 merch? I'm getting the thumb grips and coffee mug. Thinking about getting my brother the headset for his birthday. I actually didn't see any of that, Quentin. What, do they got exclusive headsets and shit like that? I don't know. Maybe, because I might have to re-sign up for this pro crap for this console deal. I'm not a pro member anymore, but I might have to. I'm gonna sign up at this fucking point because why not? That's the only reason. Is that the only reason why you wipe your controller? Wink, wink. Perhaps. Perhaps. Tormented Souls 2 finally got gameplay video up, and sadly it won't make the 2024. It's coming 2025. Okay. Yeah, I might have to do a video on that, to be honest with you, because I haven't really seen much on it, except when it got shown at one of the survival horror things. Exclusive Xbox controller. Really? It's not even coming out for Xbox, and they got an exclusive Xbox controller, couple shirts, thumb grips, and headsets. Really? Is that true? Do you mean PS5 controller or Xbox controller? That's kind of like an ass move. So they're like, hey, yeah, it's not coming to Xbox, but here's a Silent Hill 2 Xbox controller. That's like getting a Gears of War controller on PlayStation until it comes to PlayStation. Don't worry. I feel like Starfield is coming with that new PlayStation, guaranteed. Dude, I know. I think it's for the PC players. Really? Holy crap. That's news to me, man. UK mainly has pizza chains unless you got pizza from a local kebab shop. Well, I was just hanging out in New York City with Luke from RE Challenger, aka Nuji, as people know him in the RE community, and we at least went to some authentic pizza shops. So I had to show him we were outside of Joe's Pizza, and there was a line out the fucking door, which there always is. And as soon as we saw the line, we're like, no, let's go somewhere else. All pre-orders right now on GameStop. Okay. I mean, this isn't your OnlyFans page? Yeah, no. Not yet. But the member show, on the other hand, you never know. Funny fact, Domino's were closed in Denmark last year because they expired ingredients. Oh, man. Yeah, no, you never know what goes on in some of these fucking chains, man. Gotta go, guys. Just got a call from my mother's house. Was broken into. Gotta strap up and protect the family. Holy shit, Matt. Be careful, buddy. Like, seriously, that's a serious issue right there. Well, I hope your mom is okay. And, yeah, that's like some serious shit, man. What the hell? Yeah, hope the kids are safe and you stay safe over there, right? I'm more of a buy it when release. 2 broke for deluxe editions. GameStop is doing retro gaming now, which is awesome. So, Brian, it's not as awesome as it sounds. They tried this in 2016 and they failed. And let's just say that if you're buying from them, they only sell it online, the retro games, so you don't really know what you're getting. Nobody's going to be trained to check for, false cartridges, fake cartridges. They pretty much just have to take it if it's a repro. And they'll take it and they'll sell it. But, GameStop doing the retro thing is probably a more last-ditch effort. And yeah, it's very, very shitty that they're trying to do it like that. Like, they're doing cards too, and it's all graded cards, like trading cards and shit. And I think it's just like a last-ditch effort for them to stay afloat. You know what I mean? Like, they're probably only going to be around for a couple more years, I would imagine. But yeah, the retro stuff, like I looked up around me, the closest store that you could actually go in and see retro stuff, it's not going to be every GameStop, Bryant. I just want to let that be known. The closest one to me is in Philly, and I'm not that far from Philly, but that's still a nice drive, you know? And so it's like very half-assed, and I think a lot of people are going to get sick of it. Any actual retro collector isn't going to go in a GameStop to get a retro game because they're going to realize that what they have isn't exactly what is represented. Like if you go online and look up a retro game, you see a picture of it, but it's not the one you're getting. It's like a stock image, and then you could just get whatever. You don't know if it's going to be complete, if it's going to be missing the back, if the NES cartridge is going to be legit. There's a lot of factors that go into it, and GameStop isn't going to use the assets and the money to train these people to look for stuff like that, because why would they? They're already so far deep into bullshit. You walk into their store, it's like there's barely any games anymore. If you ever come back to the UK, you should try McDonald's past midnight. It's like the Wild West. All sorts of shit can go down. Lucius, I saw one. Went down. I was in London. This was 2023, last year, and it was like 2 or 3 a.m. We were staying in an Airbnb. It was like an apartment, right? Overlooked a street that had, McDonald's to the left. So I was like, oh, let me go over there. That fucking line. Now, I got the food, but the queue, as you guys like to call it over there, the queue was just fucking crazy. And there was a guy that was like sitting on their like counter, like vaping, like just like it was his house. Like, yeah, all right, where's the order, man? Just vaping. And it was like, you're right. It really was like the Wild West. I was like, what is this, New York City? Past like 11 at night? Like, what is happening here? Like, I told Nuji the same thing. I was like, yo, you go to New York City, you're out at night. The evil comes out at night, you know? Like, all the scum and the garbage from the city rises up to the top at night. And that's what you see. But yes, I did. And let's just say it was pretty crazy. Anyone having trouble getting RE4 Collector's Edition from GameStop last year? I think everybody did. I think there was over half of the orders were canceled, and people didn't actually have, they didn't get Collector's Editions. So, yeah, it was a big shit show, and I hope that GameStop does not go back Capcom doesn't go back to GameStop for their Collector's Edition, because the GameStop exclusivity bullshit really fucked people over when, they were just canceling pre-orders. And, it sucked, man. It really did suck. I hated seeing you guys in the chat that got your stuff canceled. I did give away a Collector's Edition, and, that was a big thing in the RE4 remake stream that I did. I had an extra one that I got, and I gave it away to somebody who actually got their Collector's Edition canceled. So shout out to Rob Anselmo. If you're out there, buddy, if you're still watching, I appreciate you and hope you enjoy your Collector's Edition. But that was last March, and at least I did a little bit of something. I wish I could have got more, you know what I mean, to give away, but I was able to get one for myself, and then I was able to give away one. So it sucks, man. I hate fucking seeing that shit. And I don't know why. Like, if there's going to be production issues, then why the fuck are you doing a Collector's Edition? Why? He left the UK, says Alex. I never was in the UK as far as, like, living there, but I visited there twice. I got mine, but I did order online. Yeah, ordering online is what you had to do. He fled America due to active warrant in the UK. So if you pay $7.50, you're gonna get the secret item like Vinegar Syndrome is now doing. Yo, that Vinegar Syndrome is I love Vinegar Syndrome, right? But it's like a love-hate relationship with them. Uncle Bill, CK, Garrett, Stuntman Mark, you know, all those guys that get a bunch of shit. I know, Rambo, you might have a couple Vinegar Syndrome, but you're not like too crazy into the boutique label stuff like they are. They get a lot of shit from them. I might be wrong, but yeah, that is. I mean, look, there's gimmicks, right, to selling shit. That is fucking wild. That is fucking wild. Just wanted to move away from Umbrella Corps. Exactly. That's the real reason, you know. I saw some stuff in the Underground Labs. I didn't like it. It got a little sketchy for me. You know, I know Pablo Kuntz lives in the UK and all the RE Challenger team and everybody. That's so lovely. But I was like, you know what? Pablo Kuntz is here. He is the Wesker. You never know what he's up to. I'm just kidding. He's a good guy. Everyone in a long while I get something. Yeah, like I'm kind of the same way now. Like I usually never order from their site. I couldn't tell you the last time I ordered from Vinegar Syndrome. I couldn't even tell you. As you guys know, I usually work conventions, and when I do the conventions, that's when I'll check stuff out. Like I'll get a table or go up to a table. I don't get a table, but I go up to a table. Getting a table would be if I had a vendor stuff to sell. I think my work company is secretly developing bioweapons. Get the fuck out of there. Carlos Gaming, what's up, man? Hope all is well. One of the longest running members. Good guy. Carlos, met up with him a few times. Always good to see him, man. Oh, I thought you lived in the UK for some reason. No, I don't, actually. A lot of UK fans, though. A lot of people watch the channel, which is great. But yeah, no, I do really, really love the UK. Going back next year for the meetup again. So if you guys are in the UK and you want to say hello to me, the RE Challenger team and stuff, plans aren't completely worked out yet, but for June of next year, there'll be another RE Challenger meetup. And usually, you know, I'm there, Andy from Biohazard Classified. You never know who might show up. So I like to meet a lot of you guys in the UK, Lucius, Christine, man, who else from the UK is in here that I haven't met yet? There's a lot of UK fans like Sarsky, Sweet Trim, Seedall, bunch of people that I like to meet. More people. Do you know what percent of viewers are from the UK? That's a good point, Captain Catch. You're one of them. Captain Catch, hope to meet up soon. Yeah, man, Carlos, definitely come out to something that we, next time Perry has stuff at the shop, say hello to my little friend. Alex says, I live in Greece, but I love the UK and Japan. Yeah, I haven't been to Japan yet, but I am from the UK, by the way. Oh, Wolf Boy's another one from the UK. Been having a blast on DVD with the Castlevania chapters. Any plans to ever stream DVD? I don't know, honestly. I mean, like, is it up my alley? Is it, like, horror-based? Sure. I just don't know how well it would do. I don't know. Maybe I just got to stop being scared and just do it, I think the one thing that I've learned when there's downtime like this for Resident Evil is obviously don't stop playing Resident Evil. Don't stop covering Resident Evil. But, it's okay to do videos on other survival horror games, right? And I've already been doing that on live streaming. Silent Hill, Cold Fear, Callisto Protocol, Dead Space Remake, Dead Space Original, Silent Hill 1, 2, and 3 is being worked on, like I just said. Crow Country. Like all that stuff I've been playing, I'm really happy. So it's cool that when I do something that I, think might not do very well because it's not Resident Evil, and the algorithm knows Resident Evil, so when I put something else out, it's harder to get a push. It's good to see that it's getting accepted. Because I know that you guys don't care what I play. You'll just come back for me, and I appreciate that. And that's why, like once I get this PC built, I really will push and launch a third channel that is other games that aren't in the horror genre that I will be playing. I've been talking about that for a while, but I still plan to do that. I'm not just all talk and no walk, you know what I mean? Like it's just a matter of time. Um, and then from there, I will worry about it. Those other games, But as far as like DBD specifically, I don't know. I mean, it's fun. It's not a bad game. I don't have anything against it. It's just a matter of like if a live stream of that would work on this channel, if it would get views, if people would want to see it. Do people even know what it is on my side of the coin? People know what Death by Daylight is. I mean, it's a big ass game. It's no surprise that it's gotten the big community reception it has. Walk that walk. Definitely need to see you play Max Payne on the third channel. Definitely, man. I love Max Payne. I will play that whole trilogy. No problem, because it's one of my favorite trilogies. So, there's just a lot of room for that, So yeah, I'm not gonna just be I'm a filmmaker, so I got my film channel, I got this channel, my survival horror Resident Evil baby that I created, 14 years ago, going on 15. This will never change. This will never stop, But I'm not just into horror and survival horror and I just say fuck it to everything else. I like other things. I don't just like horror movies either, So I can probably get pigeonholed as like that horror guy or that survival horror guy, right? But, the truth be told is that I'd like to expand and I've always wanted to do that. I could technically do it now, like without, I don't really need a amazing, the build is coming no matter what, but I don't necessarily need a crazy PC build to, start another channel. But I think it will help as far as the quality, the amount that I can work, the efficiency, and everything else. So that's why I'm like, let me just worry about the third channel ideas once I get the build next month, and then we can just move on from there, and I'll add more stuff in there. As far as games, Dead by Daylight is great. Yeah, no, it's fun. I mean, for what I played of it, it's cool. Angie says the Silent Hill controller looks awesome. I'm going to have to take a look at it. I like the first Max Payne. Played the third one for the first time. I don't know. Just couldn't love. Thought it was just too cheap in its difficulty, dying like 2 or 3 hits on normal. It is tough, man. It takes some getting used to, but I do really like the progression of the mechanics in 3. I mean, they did change it to a cover shooter, but I did like how they kind of handled the gameplay. The story is just okay. I think 2 is one of my favorites, but I still like 3 and the improvements they made. But it is very challenging. There is a lot of rage-inducing moments, especially the very end as far as the airport. That's all I'll say is the airport section is a bitch. And if you play old school mode, because in the new Max Payne 3, well, I say new, like it's new. It came out in 2012, but the newer mechanic in Max Payne 3 was the last hit mechanic where like if you're on your dying hit and you shoot someone, it brings you back to life. And you play old school and 1 and 2, you just die and you don't get that last bullet of redemption to get you back. So I love 3, man. I really love it. The story wasn't made by Remedy. It was made by Rockstar. So Rockstar took the seat for the writing, but it's very cinematic. James McCaffrey, I'm going to miss that dude as Max Payne. It fit like a glove hearing him come back, So yeah, Max Payne's definitely going to get played for sure. Did you get to try Topper's Pizza when you were in Wisconsin? No, I actually didn't. I didn't even pass one, I don't think. I was so busy filming, I wish I got a chance to see like a little bit more. I saw Culver's, fast food joint. I saw other stuff, but yeah. Filming Keeper's Diary was just go, go, go. Captain Catch says, have you seen the Alien film? No. People were asking about that earlier in the chat, Captain Catch, and I might just wait for streaming at this point if I can't make it to the theater to see it. Want to check something real quick. I want to check our analytics. So the top. Okay, so top geographics all time, all, not just videos and live streams, but all. So 8.1% of viewers are from the UK, and then 43% are from the US. So there you go. So 8% of you are from the UK, which would be second most watch time. 8.1% of the views total, live streams and videos. Damn. So there you go. That's a pretty decent chunk of UK audiences. Let me see. Let me see the Silent Hill controller, because now I'm curious. What? What? That looks crazy. It's got the nurse and pyramid head on it. Oh, dude. And the middle button is the emblem. What? So what is it, like a skin? Or does it have two skins? Oh, removable faceplate. What? This looks fucking nuts. Wow. Interesting. I don't need another controller. I gotta just remind myself that. There's a universal controller holder for another $20. A logo light GameStop exclusive. Dude, what? This is crazy. A desk mat. They got the thumbsticks. I didn't even know this stuff was out. Shit. Well, it's not out. It comes out on the 8th, but shit. Well, I stand corrected. There's some Silent Hill stuff on there. It is an official controller. Here, let me put the link in here. Shout out to was it Quentin? I was telling me about it. Yeah, Quentin. Check that out. They're calling it a PC controller, but it is an Xbox controller. It doesn't have a start and select button, which is interesting. So it's like, what is start and select? The second plate is just like blood splatter. I definitely like the first one better. I don't know. You guys check that out and let me know what you think. It's got motion controls. 10-hour battery life. Whole effect joystick, the rumbling settings, two mappable back buttons, adjustable triggers. Very interesting. So it's kind of like an Xbox controller, but not quite. Interesting. I feel seen. Yeah, it's an official controller. Speaking of that, Max Payne 3. Suppose Silent Hill is on Steam, so you'll need the Xbox PC controller. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's the way they see it, right? I mean, I'm going to be playing it on PC day one, because ideally I should have my PC by then. So looks nice. I wonder where the start button is. I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, where is the fucking start button? Like, even if it's not for Xbox, like Xbox usually has their buttons, like they have it like this, like right here. This is a 360 Hyperkin Xbox Series controller, but yeah, it's like they usually have the start and select right there. So what the hell? But yeah, I'll probably be getting Silent Hill on PC day one. And by then I'll have a PC that is able to run all that stuff and stream at the same time. So yeah, it's they have thumbsticks, grips. They have a shirt for sale. They have a controller stand, a light. I didn't realize that they had this much stuff, but I mean, it is kind of a big deal. I mean, they want Silent Hill to come back in a big way, and I can't fault them for that. Wolf Boy is also from England. Yes, you are. I did catch that. Yeah, PC build is going to be sometime next month, so I will let you guys know. Yeah, I was actually going to talk about that, Captain Catch. So Perry did send this to me in the Discord or the Facebook Messenger, and yeah, we'll talk about that a bit. So Shinji Mikami came out and said that he doesn't feel that Dino Crisis will happen, considering Monster Hunter is so big, and that Capcom isn't actually going to go and do that. I can't say that I agree, with that, because yeah, it's just I feel like there's so much that you can build on with a RE engine or a Rex engine Dino Crisis that would be really cool, in a survival type way. Monster Hunter is getting with your buddies co-op and slaying monsters and of various designs. Yes, some dinosaur like, sure, but that doesn't mean that you can't have dinosaurs. You know what I mean? Like it's a I don't know. It doesn't really make much sense to me, to be honest. Like it just doesn't. I really don't get it. I get why some people think that, all right, like, the IP's done, let it go. But a lot of fans want to see it. A lot of fans want to see it, and I'm not going to knock people for wanting to see Dino Crisis. I mean, the Capcom survey at the beginning of the year showed that people wanted it back from a fan survey perspective. And that doesn't mean that they're making it right now. I think a lot of people saw that and they were like, oh, they're developing Dino Crisis now with Resident Evil. It's like, no, it's just the survey definitely made them probably raise their eyebrows and think in the corner like, I wonder what this is. Like, where is this coming from? And it's fans that just want to see Dino Crisis, Yeah, when a remake is one of their highest selling titles, I mean, yes, you could argue that people wouldn't necessarily know what Dino Crisis is. So it's not like Resident Evil where it's more of a household name, where Dino Crisis, like, people know what it is, but it's not as popular as Resident Evil, right? But if you were to say, hey, this is a remake of, a game from 1999, here it is, and a lot of fans are going to be like, oh, shit, like, I love Resident Evil. I like Monster Hunter. I like Devil May Cry, whatever. And if they're fans of the recent Capcom catalog or releases, why wouldn't they jump in and play Dino Crisis for the first time? I think if we're having fans jump on Silent Hill 2 for the first time, the remake, there's always going to be people that are getting into it. You know what I mean? So there's nothing wrong with that. So to just say, Monster Hunter's out there, I don't really see a reason. I mean, he's not with Capcom anymore, so he's not like, you know, the end all be all, uh, you know, the end all be all word. But it's interesting to hear him say that. Alone in the Dark, Silent Hill, and Dead Space remake looks really bad to me. Only Ari did it right. This is Alex. Well, you're entitled to your own opinion. I liked Alone in the Dark. I like Dead Space remake. And Silent Hill looks pretty damn good from what I'm seeing with the previews. Of course, I'll judge it once I actually play it, but it's looking good in my opinion. Now, there's some people that are just looking forward to the Ari remakes and fuck everything else. I know there's people like that. You're one of them, and that's fine. But for me, I like to try to at least attempt some of these games and give my honest thoughts anyway, regardless of me having to, cover it for the channel. Alone in the Dark, I liked. Sorry for the yawn. But it just, there was just little things that they could have fixed with it, and I think it's an IP that not a lot of people caught on with the remake. Like, they announced it, but I guess it didn't really, it didn't really sell. And then they shut down that studio in June that did it. It sucks, like, I hate seeing shit like that. Gang's talking. What's going on? Good to see you. But yeah, let me know if you guys have questions in the chat and such. Okay, Matthew Webster with a $5 super chat. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. If only one classic enemy type, such as zombies, hunters, and lickers, could return in the next game, which would you choose? That's a good question. If only one. I would just probably go with zombies. But if I can cheat, I would say maybe zombies and then add a licker back. But I would probably have to go with zombies. The game I am looking at with great interest is Pragmata. Yeah, they delayed that, and then we don't know. That stumped them. Yeah, no, because it's like, I would like all of them, but if I could only choose one over the special, like, enemies, like the BOWs, like, because it's like, I've explained this before, that I would like RE9 going back to zombies, and I know a lot of people are like, oh, we've seen zombies before, it's boring, but like, as long as you have that, I would sacrifice. I would cut out the hunters, cut out the lickers for just traditional zombies, but then other special BOWs as well. Because at least that would go in tune with, like, trying to capture the vibe back for Resident Evil. That, in my opinion, I feel like wasn't really there for 7, wasn't really there for 8. Yeah, I think that's because then you got to focus on the characters and then the story. So if you have some of the original people back, zombies, way to go. Yeah, I mean it's different because I think now, there is a big demand of what they're going to do next, and in a game that is, supposed to be the longest in development, right? That's what we're hearing. Yeah, definitely, Bryant. So yeah, did anyone play the good old games RE2 release yet? I haven't. I haven't downloaded it yet, but I do have the trilogy. So anybody play? It is just the 1999, I think, PC port when RE2 came out. I think on PC. So again, it's just moved over from the Windows version, Windows 98 version, and now you can just play it. So the cutscenes aren't the greatest. It still looks compressed. But Bryant, I don't know if you have the files, but there is ways you can patch in the HD mods on those good old games releases. There is a video that you can check out on that. Are you playing Dead Rising Remake when it comes out? Yes, 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 Captain Catch. I'm actually really excited to talk to you guys about this. So, me and Dave, Aceful Fame Gaming, he's probably going to have another handle by the time he comes on my show because he's going to start doing content as well. But this is the plan for September. The weather's getting really hot right now, but then it's going to cool down. Fall time is coming. For the first time in 8 years, that was the last time I played Dead Rising on the channel. Why am I T-posing? Because we're going to do a live stream marathon of the first Dead Rising game before the remake comes out. And then we're going to play the remake the weekend it comes out. It comes out on a Thursday, on the 19th of September, the same day. It goes to Willamette Mall. We're going to be streaming it. So me and Dave are going to be covering it. I did ask for a copy from Capcom. I'm not going to really be playing it early because I'm going to be just live streaming it. But if I get a code, then that just shows that I have it and it's ready to go. But it's James. Hello, James. But yeah, so the plan is Dead Rising will be coming back on the channel. I'm a big fan of Dead Rising, so me and Dave will be playing the first game, and maybe a stream or two. We'll finish the first game, let people know that we are going to be playing the remake, and then on September 19th, we are going to be playing Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster all weekend. So, yeah, I'm really excited to play Dead Rising. If you guys may or may not know, I am a real big fan of Dead Rising, especially the first two games. So, yes, the answer is yes, yes, and yes. So, Dead Rising is up in September. Silent Hill 2 will follow in October. In the meantime, I'll be working on the other live stream series that I've been playing, the Master Series. The Silent Hill 3 playthrough will be done by then. You know what I mean? The Master Series will be, continuing on the rest of the year. But it's actually wild. Another Dead Rising game is coming out on my birthday. This is actually spot on. Yeah, man, it is coming out on Brandon's birthday, the 19th. So that's when the game takes place, at least the first day of the game. So it'll be fun to do that. If you guys don't know, the reason why Dave is going to be with me on this stream is because Dave likes Dead Rising just as much as I do. He likes Resident Evil. He hasn't played all the games, but he appreciates Dead Rising, and he actually did the whole Dead Rising 10th anniversary marathon with me back in the day on the channel, back when live streaming was brand new in 2016. Yes, that's right. 2016 was the infancy of live streaming here on YouTube, and it's been that long since we played it. When Dead Rising was 10, turning 10. Now it's 18 years old, and here we are 8 years later, returning with not only the original... So I'm playing the original game, remastered, of course, and then the deluxe remaster, which is technically a remake, is coming out on the 19th. So you're getting Dead Rising, the original from 2006, on a playthrough in September, and then you're getting the actual remake. I know people are saying it's a remake, remaster, hybrid. It's basically like a remake, but we'll see how it plays out. But yeah, Dead Rising, I think it's $49.99, $59.99 for the deluxe. Let me see if I can get a price for you. Physical is coming out in November. Physical is $49.99. Yeah, $49.99 for $49.99 for the standard, and then the deluxe is $59.99. So they are charging it almost like a full game. Yeah, even James is excited for it. I really like the randomized streams. Are you planning on doing more? Yeah, absolutely. I definitely plan to do more. So Resident Evil 2 and 3 are done in the books. I have to do RE1. So I plan on doing that at some point. And then I think as far as the Biorands, I have to see if there's any other Biorands I can do. There's the RE Challenger Biorand. There's obviously randomizers for the newer remakes, I'm pretty sure. But that will have to wait until I get my PC done to play that stuff. But yeah, I'm happy you guys have been enjoying the Biorand. I was trying to make the summer of RE eventful this year. Sorry if it wasn't the biggest summer of RE ever. I tried my best, as far as just trying to, have a summer where I could obviously have some downtime, but not too much downtime to where the channel doesn't completely come to a halt. And yeah, I've just been doing other things, you know what I mean? As far as like covering, other Resident Evil, or I'm sorry, survival horror titles, and then playing the randomizers and stuff like that. So, it wasn't a bad idea or anything like that. It's just more like, just trying to switch things up and, make it a little more interesting, I guess. So, yeah. The summer hasn't been the most eventful summer as far as releases. Well, I'm excited for the remake personally. I'm excited to see you play. I'm not excited for the remake personally. I'm really excited to see you play through it with everyone here. Well, thanks, Jack. Well, that's a good thing. Like, hopefully people can just check it out if they don't really dig Dead Rising. That's fine. If you don't know about Dead Rising, come along for the ride. It's a very fun game. And yeah, I just want to let people know this now so you guys can turn out for it. I'll make the events really soon. I got to get with Dave and see when he wants to do the first game, which we could probably knock out in a stream or two, sometime in the first couple weeks of September. So we really got to work on that soon because it's going to be the 19th before you know it. So yeah, we're going to try to rock and roll, strut and stroll, and then the 21st starts fall time. So that weekend is when it will shift from summer to fall over here in Jersey. So, yeah, I'm just looking forward to playing something else, that's that I'm a big fan of. And Silent Hill 2 is another one that's included in that. I'm really excited. And have I played Alan Wake 2 yet? I have not, Corey. I have not. It kind of came out and I just didn't play it. It came out when I was away filming, and then I never really got around to it when I got back. I never really, I might have said that I might check it out and play it and stream it, but I never really, committed to it and actually set up an event or anything like that. I never really finished the first game. I know a lot of people say you don't have to, but I kind of feel like I just do. Doesn't mean it has to be on the channel. I could play the first game off the channel if it's not so much in the vibe of what could fit on here. But I don't see why not. As far as it fitting. But when, I don't know. I don't know if... I don't know. That's why I try not to commit to too much until I have like a solid plan. I don't like to just talk up a bunch of shit and then nothing happens. I like to let you guys know when I know that it's actually happening. So, but yeah, Silent Hill 3, that will also be finished probably next week. Yeah, I'm going to try my best here. Just try my best to work with what I got. And the fact that there's no RE news coming out. So, at least anytime soon. My fingers are crossed for like fall time stuff, or fall time announcements. Really hope the new game does well, so there's a chance we could get a fully brand new next Dead Rising game. The remake almost seems like a way to seed it back into the industry to prime a new game. Yeah, honestly, Jack, that's a great point. Because that's really what it seems like. It seems like they are trying to gauge the audience. They're trying to get some new people in there as well that have played Resident Evil Remake, that are into Capcom's current products, so to speak. So I'm very, very excited to play Dead Rising again and to just experience it like, with an audience is always kind of fun because it always seems like there's people that have never played it or that have played it, so there's always there's always something new to talk about. So there's always a fun replay value to it as well. And that's why we'll probably be, more than likely playing through a few times. And then I would like for me and Dave to actually review. If that PS4 pricing winds up being true, that's way too much, especially with the disc drive. I know, man. Stevie Mac, I know. It's stupid. To be honest with you, like that pricing is way too high for the Pro. It's coming though, and I don't know. Really, we don't really know what to think of it right now. Just checking the chat here. There'll be 3 metallic black stripes on a black background besides the white faceplates. Okay, so there's people coming out and saying that the leaked images aren't exactly true, but the specs and the pricing can be true. But so we'll see. Was it a launch game for the 360? Not a launch game. It came out August 2006. So what was that 10 months after the 360? Or yeah, because 360 came out in November of 05. That came out August of 06. So yeah, Milfman, what's going on, man? We acknowledge you. Yeah, I love Dead Rising, man. I'm a big fan. I'm just excited. I'm really stoked for Dead Rising. I've been replaying it too off camera, just playing it in my free time, and it's just kind of like therapeutic to go back and just kill some fucking zombies for whatever reason, It's one thing if the hardware was significantly better, but the leak specs aren't that big of an upgrade over the Reg 5. Yeah, that's the thing, man. It's like, why are we really paying $700 for something that, like this thing better do 60 frames. This like guaranteed, 4K 60. This thing better do, like, there needs to be a better, let's just say, selling point, right? So when Sony steps up to the plate, so this is, I'm going to say September 9th, this thing is saying it's going to be announced. Hold on. They're saying the PlayStation event is going to be in September, and this says September 9th. And the release date is December 6th. So you're going to try to get people for the holiday. You're going to try to get that holiday rush. How are you going to sell this to us, Sony? As a business, how are you selling the Pro? And it really depends on how they sell it. And I think that's the one thing is that you're asking $700, so $750 after tax over here in Jersey. And $599 for digital. I mean, dude, it should be $599 for the physical, and then honestly, it should be $499 for the physical. But I know they're trying; they take a loss, right? So I know how this works. Axel says the problem with Alan Wake 2 is that there was way too much puzzle investigation stuff. Is completely detracted from playing game. It completely detracted from playing the game because it was always screwing with the pacing. Okay, I see what you're saying, Axel. Yeah, I mean, I'm curious to see. You know, I know I can probably get it for a good price once I get the PC. Let's just see. Once I get this PC build done next month, I'll probably go and see if I could just, check out Alan Wake 2. You can get stuff for a lot cheaper on PC anyway, so yeah, we'll just wait for that. But yeah, digital edition PS5, that's a lot of money, man. It should be $499 digital, $599 with the disc. I mean, if anything, but fuck, $699. Now again, this is what we're seeing here listed. Now this, this can change. I just want that to know is that like this isn't officially from Sony. This is just what we're being shown from these leaks here. But we know that it is going to be shown. The thing we know for sure that is a fact is we know it's going to be shown in September at a PlayStation event. It feels great to play when you do the play mechanics. When you play, the mechanics are good, animations are great, it looks amazing, but there's just too much time messing around with investigation stuff. Okay. Without trade-ins, who's buying the PS5 Pro? Yeah, I mean, you have to trade in shit. Light Free says PS4 Pro now PS5 Pro. If Sony wants to pay me to play, I will turn pro. Until then, it seems like a rich person's bragging rights and probably don't play games anyway. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Some people will buy it blindly. I think it is important to shop smart. If you can trade in consoles to get this thing if you really want it, trade in your consoles towards GameStop and get that stuff. But exactly, CB Mac. By the time I do the PC build, I could probably get Alan Wake for $25. It's a solid game. You as a movie buff will get a huge kick out of the movies it took inspiration from. Yeah, honestly, like if people want to see it, I'll do it. Axel says my PS5 shuts down after about 30 minutes to an hour. I was gonna get the Slim, but it seems like I might be better wait. Yeah, just wait for the Pro, Axel. 100%. PS5 Pro is a car payment now. Yeah, I know. Let's just see what happens. Like I said, we know this thing's happening September. According to this information, September 9th is going to be when they post this video. It's not even going to be a state of play. It's just going to be a like video blog post type thing. And it's going to be on a Monday, so that checks out. And if they put out pre-orders, that's going to be pretty crazy. But again, take these prices with a grain of salt because we don't know if this is true yet. But that's the word on the street, but we'll see. I don't want to put false information on there and people are like, what the fuck, Ant? You lied. I'm just saving my ass for someone that watches this later. This is just from... these leaks. Now, as far as a PlayStation event, we know that is happening. And the Pro is coming, but we just don't know if the prices are legit yet. My next console purchase will be the new Nintendo console. I'll wait for the PS6 before getting another one. Yeah, that's not a bad move, Matt. Axel says the first Alan Wake is a lot more fun to play. You're always moving. Alan Wake 2 is not like that. The pacing is all messed up due to having to stop all the time and work stuff out. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's to each their own. Some people will probably like that. I don't mind a little. And I got a PS5. Really, Stevie Back? Holy crap! It's listening to me. The algorithm's listening to me. Make it stop. Make it stop. Um, but yeah, I haven't even really played the first one, so I do have the remaster. I think digitally, so can always play it. Check it out. Because I really would feel incomplete if I just jumped into two and not one. I know they're different, vastly different style of games. You know, I get that. I understand that. But it is a sequel, and, you know, I wanna feel like I'm up to speed, you know? So but yeah, we'll see what happens. Oh, with these announcements. My dad, he's already on it. He's like, I want to get the pro, you know? So, and I told him about the leaked prices. I'm like, look, this might be expensive, but we'll see. So story wise, you also really need to play Control as well. A ton of tie-ins. Yeah, I want to play Control. You're one of the earliest RE content creators that I subscribe to. Well, thank you, Wolf Boy. I was among one of the first on YouTube ever. So I'm still here 14 years later. Obviously, the first goats were RE Challenger. They were around on Google Video before YouTube was even YouTube, but they've been around the longest. But I was probably among the first, like, let's say maybe like 8 to 10 like actual RE dedicated YouTube channels. This is before Row, before, you know, all these other channels that are out there. So I've been doing this for a while. So thank you guys for, you know, sticking with me no matter what. And yeah, let's keep pushing. I mean, it's turning 15 in February. 15. The channel's 15 years old. Control's another good one, says Corey. Agreed. Playing a sequel without playing originals leaves the lingering doubt in your mind, except for Witcher 3. Yeah, so that's when they do it completely different. Skipping the Pro and upgrading next gen Intel i9 and the RTX 5090 all day. Yeah, I mean, I'm just like, I know this Pro stuff is kind of happening right around when I'm building, but like I said, I'm not gonna let that stop me. You know what I mean? From building, because it's like I already am getting parts and everything, so it's like, you know, the Pro will just do its thing, and I'll decide if I want to get it, you know, or if my dad gets it first, then I'll just let him have it, you know. Um, Matthew Webb says LTRE is among the Mount Rushmore of RE content creators. Well, thank you, Matt. I hope I would be considered up there, but, you know, not to brag, but I mean, shit, I've been doing this for a long time. Often, what does Dead Pit say? Often imitated, but never replicated. That's it's a true statement right there. We have a really cool stream event to celebrate the 15th anniversary of Shirley. Yeah, I would love to have a real cool marathon planned. I have some thoughts. I have some things I want to do. So it would be early February. So yeah, I'll keep you guys updated. Once I know, you'll know. So I will keep you guys posted on that stuff. But yeah, it's. I know the console stuff is kind of getting announced at a weird time. You know, 4 years in, this November is when the consoles came out. And now we have, you know, a mid-gen refresh from one of the other sides, I would say. So that's a very different. It's just a different approach. You know what I mean? Like you've been a member for 6 months, man. Yeah, I appreciate that, man. You've been a member for a while. 15-hour stream to mark 15 years. Shit, we might go a full day, honestly, at that point. If we're going 15, I might as well go for the full 24, am I right? But we'll see. We'll see what happens. No, I appreciate that, Wolfboy. Thank you. But yeah, no, it's just odd with these consoles because it's like 4 years in this gen, I feel like we've barely gotten anything that's like worth a damn. You know, as far as games on both sides, third party, first party, between Microsoft and Sony. Nintendo's kind of in their own category because they always have games coming out. But the games themselves are. My cat's just fucking goofy right now. What are you doing, Jazzy? Um, like Elden Ring, fantastic game, right? Like I haven't fully finished it or played it, but I recognize that that's a rare breed nowadays where you get a game that is very solid and isn't broken completely on release, and it gives the fans what they want. I feel like the last 4 years we've been playing our backlog titles, and that's it. You know, like a couple things sprinkled in here and there, but a lot of it's been more just lackluster disappointments. I really don't know why that is. So now they're asking people to open up their wallets and get this other edition. So you got to promise Starfield in 60 frames. You got to promise GTA 6 in 60 frames. Like you got to really sell this thing, Sony, if you're trying to, you know, have us do this mid-gen refresh. You know, not even 5 years. It'll be 5 years next November that these consoles have been out. So this would be the fourth year. And if December 6th is the release date, then it's just over 4 years. And I don't know, like, will Indiana Jones run in 60 frames? Sure. You know, it should on the PlayStation. But we are getting more games in 2025, and the games I want to play that are on my list is Doom, Dark Ages, and GTA 6, and Mafia, and others. Well, yeah. Do I think 2026 or 2025 will be better years? I can only hope so. But I think the gen overall has taken so long to get going that now they're asking for $700. Yeah, console with no games. That's what I'm saying. Both like Xbox doesn't have any games coming out on it. That's like really that isn't coming out on other consoles. PlayStation's getting from a console standpoint, it's getting Silent Hill 2, which is good, but it's also on PC, so it's not an exclusive to consoles. And Sony came out at the beginning of the year and said, we don't have any other games lined up. You know, you're going to have to give us a little bit. And we didn't really get anything after Helldivers, you know. Astrobots is coming out, but that's more of like a smaller team. Like I think it was 60 people that made that game. Not saying it's bad. I'm just saying that it's a different style of game. I'd like Sony to go back to those kind of games where it's just a little more simple. It doesn't have to be a live service at all. And that's probably what they're going to be doing. But I do think that on both Sony and Microsoft side, I can firmly say that it's just been very sluggishly slow this gen. So yeah, need a lot of big announcements at the State of Play for next year. Yeah. And this little event doesn't even seem to be a State of Play. I honestly think this event that is going on in September is just going to be a little announcement, a video or something of them saying, hey guys, this is the new Pro. Here's what it is. I mean, you would think they would say, here's the Pro, and here is like one game and another game, and here's Starfield from Xbox, because like that stuff is coming. Xbox is just putting their stuff on everything. You know, we have to accept that at this point, and I think this is a great move. If the 5 Pro runs a lot better than the Series X in many ways, that's it. You know, like that's putting them in the coffin, you know, as far as like us not even wanting to look at a Series X at that point, because then you would sell that PS5 Pro. I mean, it's going to sell anyway because it's like Apple or anything else. Like some people are just that dedicated to it to where they will buy it no matter what. I think it's important to see if it fits your needs. If you have a PC and you have a Nintendo console and you're like, you know what, I'm good. That's probably where I'm going to start. I don't know if I'm going to jump out and get this right away. Do I have an extra Xbox to trade in to take money off? Yes, I do. Will I do that? Maybe, you know. But it's going to be after like the PC bill. Like I said, that comes first. So Glass Shatters enters Sega with a new console. Yeah, exactly. Stone Cold style. Lightfree says, I wonder how restricted video game developers are these days. How many ideas and themes get thrown out by people investing money and don't like the idea of risks or Unproven originality. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think there's a lot of publishers that maybe don't let their developers have a lot of wiggle room, you know? Um, I don't know. It's it sucks, you know what I mean? Because sometimes the publishers will, they'll pay the bills, they call the shots, but a lot of times, like, like a good example is like the Callisto, right? Protocol. It's like Glenn should have really put his foot down and say, listen, no, we're not putting this out if it's not done. We're going to make sure it's done. And he should have, and now he says in hindsight, oh, I should have done that. Well, it's like, well, why didn't you? Like, this was your first IP. I feel like that happens so often with a lot of these companies, and it sucks. Like, it really does. And yeah, it's just a bummer. So I think it does happen quite often. Yes, I did talk about that Leon S. Kennedy. I'll probably have to make a video about it at this point. A lot of people are asking about it, so maybe I'll do that tomorrow. 60 frames still not being the standard on consoles is one of the reasons why I'm moving to PC. Exactly, Wolf Boy. It's so ridiculous that all this stuff was promised from Xbox and we didn't get shit. And then PlayStation, this gen, we didn't really get anything too crazy. Ragnarok, okay. Spider-Man 2, okay. But the sales numbers were just like okay on them. They weren't anything crazy. I mean, they sold copies, but most people that are getting PlayStation and Xbox, when they have them, they're playing Fortnite, they're playing Call of Duty, they're playing free-to-play stuff. So there really needs to be something else that jolts the shit back into shape a little bit. And whether or not one or the other brands are going to do it, at least on PC, you have all the options. You can build it the way you want. You can run it the way you want. I think people that just say you can't have it all are fucking dumb and probably shouldn't be saying or playing games because it's just stupid. Like, you can, it's called a PC, and you could do whatever the fuck you want on a PC. And so that's why I've been championing, and everyone that is in my circle has been championing the PC players. Just play on PC if you can, If you don't feel like building a PC or can't, you can look up videos, learn how to do it. You can get custom built PCs. It might cost you a little bit more. There's ways out. You don't have to spend $600 to $700 on a PS5 Pro. That can go towards a processor, graphics card, motherboard, so on and so forth. Yeah, Corey. Yeah, I'll be right with you next month in September. That's my plan, to build the PC, and yeah, it's a fun experience to be able to have something that is personalized for you. Personal computer, that's PC. So it's like you have it for you. You can do whatever you want. You're not going to be bottlenecked by these consoles anymore. It's just bullshit, man. Like, you should have the option on the console to begin with. We were promised that. The PS5 has been running games a lot more smoother recently than the Series X. So there's that. That's a given. Especially recently with recent games where everything's coming out in 30 frames and all that bullshit. So, yeah, I don't blame you, Wolf Boy. That's why, yeah, moving to PC, it's bound to happen when people are just fed up. And you can play where you want. I'm a gamer. I play everything. I buy the consoles so I can have an opinion on them, so I can try them out for myself. And I also have a PC. So I'm a gamer at heart. I didn't grow up with this like one-sided mentality. Now, if you have one that you prefer, go ahead. Play what you want. It's all good. Play where your friends are at. That's fine. I choose to play everything, consume everything, and I understand not everybody is also in a position to do that. But like I always have said, I'm not made of money, and sometimes you can shop smart. You could save money. You can trade in stuff. You can make it a little bit easier. So I know not everybody has buku money to just throw around at these machines on top of a PC. But I've always taken advantage of the system as far as GameStop being around still, and I can trade in stuff, so I'm lucky for that. Azure Eyes, what's going on, man? We're just about to head out of here. I'm going to go eat some food and just get ready for tomorrow's Dice Lock stream. So tomorrow we are going to return with the Dice Lock stream at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I hope this is old news, but I cannot access Google on PS5, unlike PS4 or PS3. It still burns. Really? Google? Like on the web browser? Really? Huh. Oh, it's weird. Oh, it's weird. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know. Yeah, that's strange. I'm not sure. Oh, man. But yeah, so thanks for hanging out, guys. I really appreciate it. This has been fun. It's a fast 2 hours right there. Like nothing. Yeah, you guys are awesome. Thank you for bearing with me this summer as far as like, you know, I try to make it a summer of RE and it's been that, but it hasn't been anything news related or that exciting. But hopefully you enjoyed the Biorans and everything. And the Dice Lock returns tomorrow. It's me versus the community on RE2 Remake, attempt number 4. Let's see what fucking happens. And yeah, I'm going to do probably a video on the Shinji Mikami comments. I think that would make for a good like individual video where I kind of dissect that a little bit. And that's it. So I want to thank you guys for checking this out as always. Couldn't do this without any of you guys. KMMA with the $1.99 super chat. Thunders Productions with the gifted membership. Nick with the gifted membership. Thunders with the gifted membership. Brandon with the gifted membership. Nick Noguera with 35 months. Thunders 21 months. Lucius 13 months. Nick Noguera with another gifted membership. And Matthew Webster. You guys are killer. Thank you so much for listening in and checking out and sticking with the updates. And I will let you guys know what's going on with Dead Rising and all that stuff very soon. And we'll continue the Silent Hill stuff next week, Dice Lock this week, and just stay tuned for more videos. So much love. Smash the like button, subscribe if you're new, and I will see all you guys in the next one. Take care.